Self-service is one app within the Casper Suite. It's the only one that your end users see, and that's where they can go for anything IT related.
Self-service has really been a great tool for IT in the last couple of years because it allows us to distribute content, applications, and even some settings and basic Tier 0 support tasks in an interface that looks a lot like the App Store from Apple.
It's really easy to use. My mom is a 6th grade art teacher and she loves to use self-service.
In any school or any commercial business, there's applications that need to be on the end user's devices. But there's a lot of applications where it's like, well, we could probably give the end user the choice. And then they can go through and they can download things in their own time.
And one of the great things about self-service is that we integrate with directory services. So you don't have to rebuild the things that you already have in place. For example, when I log into my self-service here at Jamf, I see items that are specific to me. They're based on who I am and where I am.
One of my favorite things to see in self-service is something that we refer to as Tier 0 support. Basically, we can take any common maintenance task that would typically be done by IT and put it in one button that an end user can click. That way IT doesn't have to respond to a help desk ticket and the end user doesn't have to wait for IT to respond.
An example that I had last week was I was having a lot of issues with Outlook. It was acting really slow for me and I was at a point where I wasn't able to send or receive emails, so I wasn't being productive. I went into self-service. I started looking through some of the items that our IT administrator already had set up as resolutions to very common issues that they see with Outlook. After getting through 2 of them, my problem was solved. I didn't have to wait for IT. I didn't have to Google anything. It was an already internally approved fix for what was happening, and I was productive within 10 or 15 minutes.
Another great option in self-service is to install printers. Once the administrator captures a printer object, you can make it available to users based off of different criteria, such as what building they're in or what user group they're in an Active Directory. The user just has to click one button and the printer will be installed with all the settings that they need.
On the right-hand side, there's also an area for categories, so I can see very easily, I need an Adobe application or I need an update.
We have a little panel on the left-hand side that will allow you to list out any URLs that are handy for users to gain access to. I don't ever need to know what a URL is. I just open up self-service and it becomes that one-stop shop.
It's really dynamic and it's really up to you. So what you want to deploy to your end users, there's a lot of options.
Another cool thing about it is that you actually don't have to be an admin to install things from it. And I feel like when I'm using self-service that it's my computer and I'm deciding what's on it, but IT still has the ability to do some settings management and some functions on it.
It allows them to feel a lot more comfortable about having their machine in a corporate or education environment and being managed without actually feeling like they're being managed.
It helps end users get access to the resources they need, answer their own questions, solve their own technical problems. So helping users help themselves and setting up tools in there that can help lower the amount of tickets that you have in IT.